When we first started, I think the major barrier was ourselves. We really didn't think people would appreciate it, or patients weren't ready, we weren't ready. I think the major challenge for us was actually getting to think about group visits in a way that was useful for us. And so it was a big step. We actually just sort of said, okay, we're setting a date, we're going to try it.
Another barrier that we had to overcome is that initially patients weren't sure that they would want to attend a group appointment. They thought that that it wouldn't be specific enough for them, but we found that once you got them coming and encouraged them to come and they experienced that group appointment model, they actually enjoyed it and came back.
I think the biggest thing is probably getting patients comfortable with the idea of doing it. I think a lot of people, especially when it comes to weight management, don't see it as a chronic disease. So that's a big step. I think they're very reticent to sit down and talk about their specific problems in front of other people, especially when it comes to weight management and obesity. There's a lot of emotional piece attached to that. But other than that, that's probably the biggest one. So once we get people there, they tend to stay. It's just getting them there.
The challenge originally was seeing each one individually. And I have recognized that they do seem to feel they need the contact with their doctor, and that's been an important piece of each group visit. At this point, it's really quite brief, and in some of the members, they say, I'm okay, I don't have specific questions this time. But I think that that challenge required us to have a spatial arrangement where we could have the group visit in one room and then the exam across the hall in another room. I tried to go around the table during, but most were so hard of hearing that they just talked louder and louder, and it was too disruptive. This has worked out well. I think the other challenge is that we as a group of providers didn't know what this was like. We were concerned this was new. We didn't know how it was going to go. We didn't think our patients were really ready. And I think getting over that was one of our biggest challenges right at the beginning.